Dave said as they prepared to part. If Hayes realizes what we're doing? Larry kissed him again, fierce and promising. Then we go down fighting. Together. Back at the precinct, Dave played his role perfectly while his mind raced with everything Larry had shown him. He watched Hayes with new eyes, noticing the expensive watch, the subtle signs of wealth that didn't match a cop's salary. When Hayes called him into his office, Dave's hand instinctively moved toward his weapon. "Dave, you seem distracted," Hayes observed. "This tan case isn't getting to you, is it?" "No, sir. Just want to make sure we have all the evidence." Hayes smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "Sometimes, son, the evidence is exactly what it appears to be. Don't overthink it." The truth behind everything is about to explode. That night, Larry's information proved accurate. Dave traced the money transfers, the coded communications, the meetings that Hayes thought were secret. The evidence was damning. Hayes had been selling police intel to organized crime for over 5 years, but when Dave tried to present his findings to Internal Affairs, he discovered Hayes had been there first. Dave Johns was now under investigation for tampering with evidence and having an inappropriate relationship with the suspect. Dave's phone buzzed with a text from Larry. "They're coming for me. Hayes knows we're onto him. Meet me at the warehouse on Pier 47. If something happens to me, the evidence is in locker 247 at Grand Central. I love you." Dave's blood ran cold. He'd fallen in love with Larry Tan, and now he was about to lose him. The warehouse was dark, filled with shadows and the sound of water lapping against the pier. Dave found Larry tied to a chair, blood trickling from a cut on his lip, with Hayes standing over him holding a gun. "Hello, Dave." "Right on time." "Let him go, Hayes. Your fight is with me." Hayes laughed. "My fight is with anyone who threatens to expose me? Larry here made that mistake when he started investigating his business partner's murder." "You see, Dave, Larry's partner discovered my little side business. I had to have him eliminated, and Larry walked in at the wrong time, but instead of just killing him, I saw an opportunity. Frame the investigative journalist for the murder and let the justice system do my dirty work." Dave's hand moved slowly toward his weapon. "Except Larry's smarter than you thought. He figured out your whole operation. And found himself a lovesick detective to help him. How touching." Hayes raised his gun toward Larry, but Dave was faster. His shot took Hayes in the shoulder, spinning him around. In the confusion, Dave rushed to untie Larry, their hands shaking as they worked at the ropes. "I thought I'd lost you," Dave whispered as Larry fell into his arms. "Never," Larry replied, blood and dirt streaking his face, but his eyes shining with relief. "Though I have to say your timing could use some work." Even in mortal danger, Larry could make him smile. The evidence in the Grand Central locker was everything they needed. Financial records, recorded phone calls, photographs that documented Hayes' entire criminal enterprise. But more than that, it contained proof that Larry had been investigating his business partner's murder for months, trying to find justice for his friend. "You weren't just innocent," Dave said as they sat in the police station giving their statements. "You were trying to solve the case yourself." Larry's fingers intertwined with his under the table. "I couldn't let my partner's killer go free, even if it meant risking everything." 6 months later, Commissioner Hayes was serving a life sentence for murder, conspiracy, and corruption. The NYPD was undergoing massive reforms, and Dave Johns had been promoted to head up the new Internal Affairs Division. But more importantly, he was no longer alone. Larry's apartment, their apartment now, was filled with the evidence of a life shared. Case files mixed with business reports, Dave's badge next to Larry's coffee cup, photographs of them together replacing the sterile emptiness that had once defined Dave's existence. "No regrets?" Larry asked, wrapping his arms around Dave from behind as they watched the sunset over Manhattan. Dave leaned back into his embrace. "Only that it took a murder case to bring us together." As they prepared for bed, Dave's phone rang with a new case, Another impossible murder, another puzzle that would test his skills and dedication to justice. Larry kissed his neck softly. "Go solve it, detective, but come home to me." Dave Johns smiled, realizing that for the first time in his life, he truly had a home to come back to. The caller on the other end wasn't requesting help, it was offering congratulations. "Detective Johns, this is the mayor. I wanted to personally thank you for cleaning up the corruption in our police force. The city needs more cops like you." Dave looked at Larry, who was watching him with pride and love shining in his dark eyes. "Thank you, sir. But I couldn't have done it alone. Sometimes the greatest mysteries aren't the crimes we solve, but the hearts we learn to open.